Hello everyone, this is AMA from Bitcoin Vault team. How are you today?
I feel great, and you?
Perfect. So we're here. My name is Radek, Chief Communication Officer. This is Piotr, Chief Growth Officer.
Still here.
Let's start with a simple summary of 2021 and current market, because you have financial background, economic background. So tell me, is Bitcoin going up or down? Because right now
It's going to the moon as usual, and everybody says that it's going to be huge this year, up to $1 million until 2030, whatever. But honestly speaking, obviously I don't know what will.
Current market doesn't look good.
Yeah,
we have inflation. We have Fed meeting today. We have a lot of costs increasing, and people are going into less risky investments, I would say.
Yep. Agreed. And the macro environment and all the major indicators are turning red. So there are no good outlooks, especially if you take into consideration also the political environment, especially in Europe, and what's happening in Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah, the conflict.
Again, then you have the Asia scene where China is pushing Taiwan, for example, etc. And finally, the final outcome and the consequences of the COVID pandemic.
Yeah, it hits hard everyone. So the COVID actually. The whole pandemic had a huge impact on the costs of living, right? It's including costs of energy, transportation, like everything. That's why inflation is here, and inflation is growing, especially in the United States, 8%. Europe is not better.
Yeah, exactly. And actually it impacts the very basic aspect of work. So the workforce, the labor that is had to stay at home, for example, they couldn't do their work, they couldn't deliver, they couldn't produce, etc. And this also impacted all the companies and entrepreneurs by having those additional costs or having to change the existing processes. So all in all, that impacted the price of the products that they produce, and finally the economy itself, which obviously makes the whole situation worse. As looking from the crypto industry perspective, that all the money that were there in the first place were consumed for savings, for example, and not put into the crypto industry. And I think this is also the impactful in terms of Bitcoin price, for example, and the whole liquidity of the market.
So basically what we are seeing is the outflow of money from investments to pockets.
One, and second, no new inflow of money. So all the money that are generated currently are, first of all, put into the more secure assets, and like, I don't know, for example, the gold or other resources. And second of all, those money that were earned during the last two, rates of Bitcoin to $69,000 are leaving exchanges. Mm-hmm. So people need to simply save the money. I think this is what's driving them to just to keep the money a bit safer than the BTC-like assets.
Mm-hmm. But retail money is following the price. What about institutional money? We have seen a lot of inflows last year into the Bitcoin from institutions, from banks, from hedge funds.
That's true, and honestly speaking, my observation is that those ETFs, for example, from United States are still there, right? They are still developing new products and services, or they are setting up new funds for investments in technology and Bitcoin and similar technologies. So I think this is a long-term trend. We shouldn't look at it from the short-term perspective, but just observe and see how the traditional finance sector will adopt the Bitcoin and similar technologies.
Yeah, sure. So we have seen all-time high at 60K for Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. What's gonna be this year?
Good question. I'm betting. I'm betting, my personal bet is 100K this year.
Not in investment advice.
No,
Right?
it's not an investment. That's a shortly gambling bet I can bet with anyone of you out there.
But what does current perspective of Bitcoin means for altcoins like Bitcoin Vault?
For now, they follow Bitcoin usually. The Bitcoin is the king, and I don't see this changing, especially this year when the inflows are lower and the outflows are high. And basically, I think that they will behave similarly to Bitcoin, especially during the first 6 months.
So first Bitcoin, then
And then the
altcoins,
rest,
maybe?
yeah. That's my guess again.
Okay, but we develop still, still on the market going forward. Let's summarize a little bit 2021. So we have started a good year with Bittrex global listing, right? It's
That's actually our main exchange right now, the biggest one, the most renowned one as well. And yep, happy to be there simply.
Then we started to move into a more decentralized coin, right? We had two pools, one BTC.com, the second one Binance Pool, and how about this decentralization? We actually decentralized 10%.
We did. First joiner was BTC.com, then Binance Pool followed. Both of them are mining Bitcoin Vault. And this is, as you mentioned, the basic foundation of what we are planning for decentralization. But let's leave this for the plans for 2022.
Later, because we have also plans for this year that include further decentralization of the coin. And going back to mid-year last year, it's CoinGate. CoinGate is the biggest merchant directory, I would say.
Directory, yeah. That's a payment gateway that they are offering their partners, being merchants, a solution to accept Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault, among others, as a payment means. So basically,
so for Bitcoin Vault, it means that I can go and buy a coffee.
Yeah, you can spend at one of the merchants out of this directory. You can spend your Bitcoin Vaults and purchase anything that's there. Simply.
How many merchants are in the directory?
Oh, around 3,000 and growing.
Oh my God. Okay. So it's one of the biggest partners currently.
One of the
adoption.
In terms of widespread adoption, this is one of the main partners. Yeah, agreed.
Then mid 2021, we started a cooperation with S Entertainment. This is a big entertainment company based in Canada, listed on the stock exchange, Canadian Stock Exchange, with whom we have started working on a Skills Vault project. Skills Vault project was an answer to a call for the community of gamers, where we invited a lot of people to join a series of events related to PUBG game. We were the main sponsor of this project.
I think close to 1,500 gamers took part in the event.
Yeah, a huge event with more than 70 million people watched us, and it's already done. It took 6 months and 5 countries. We visited 5 countries with this event. Then we launched Wrapped BTCV. What is Wrapped BTCV?
Wrapped BTCV is simply a tokenized version of BTCV. We have this platform for wrapping our asset, which also means that it can be used widely within the Binance ecosystem because it's based on the Binance Smart Chain technology. And simply put, it's a token. You can use it for any DeFi or wallet solution that accepts BEP20 tokens.
From a coin, we moved into decentralized finance space. Yeah. It's a one step, let's say, first step to actually be able to develop on Binance Smart Chain. And it happened on August, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
like
end of July, beginning August, yeah.
Yeah, and then also we moved a little bit further from our roadmap because we stepped into NFTs hype. Let's say it's a huge hype on NFTs that started actually at the beginning of last year, I would say, and we were part of this. We were part of the space where we still are with our VMint platform. It's built on Binance Smart Chain. We can mint our own NFTs related to the project. And we have also some plans to related to NFTs for this year.
And this is actually the story of 2021, that we wanted to be present in all those major hyped trends, starting from tokenization and tokens and DeFi through the NFT, and also develop the existing BTCV solutions, right? So that's sums it up.
So that's basically summary of last year. Did we miss something?
The weather on summer was pretty nice, right?
Yeah. Let's stop a little bit on Wrapped BTCV platform because right now we have liquidity around 20,000 Bitcoin vaults wrapped.
Yep.
Is it a lot? It's not a lot.
It's what, taking into consideration current price is around 100,000 USD, right? Equivalent, which might not be a lot taking into consideration the whole economy of the BTCV. But then again, it's sort of a first step, and we are still preparing the products to be used with Wrapped BTCV.
One of them is VMint.
One of them is VMint for sure. The other ones will be launched hopefully this year. We are talking to different platforms like PancakeSwap or 1inch, or those who are basically offering the solution based on Binance Smart Chain technology.
Staking pools. We had some questions about staking pools. Can we already say something about the staking pools? Because we had plans to launch them at the end of last year. Currently, we need partnerships for this, right?
True. Exactly, and this is actually what we are trying to achieve right now, and the negotiations are in progress.
So it's possible in the next couple of weeks. We'll see about that. And also VMint as one of the use cases for Wrapped BTCV. VMint is an app that we launched at the end of last year on November, if I'm not mistaken, where we currently offer our own NFTs, but it's a first step into this NFTs space. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be we are going to stay with this app with link to Bitcoin Vault, but also based on this, we are currently working on developing our own marketplace. So we will see about how we can be more present in NFTs. Current plan is to analyze the potential return on investment when it comes to NFT platform.
Will it be a competition to OpenSea this year?
We'll see, but that's the plan. And just a quick few numbers around Skills Vault, because it was the biggest marketing campaign last year. So we reached around 76 million people with series of events in 5 countries: South Korea, Japan, China, Vietnam, Brazil as well. So a lot of people joined the action. We had I think more than 18 hours of broadcast. Mm-hmm. A lot of exposure, some partnerships with, for example, Xeno, where you can buy gaming stuff, for example, for BTCV. Also, dozens of influencers were involved in this campaign. So it's a quite nice result.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That the people taking part in it and also receiving rewards for participating in the competition in BTCV, where simply became familiar with the technology. They maybe even they made the first step sometimes into the crypto world, but what they knew as their first step was BTCV, which is, in my opinion, pretty cool.
It's already done. We started on August with the finals at the end of November. So we're looking at the space of gaming for this year, but we do not plan any such big activities this year. This year we are going back to the roots with our campaign around reversible transactions. So when you go to our website, you can actually join the campaign and tell us about money that you potentially lost in crypto. Have you lost any money in crypto by sending to the wrong address, for example?
Not yet, but I don't want to be.
I did.
Feel that way.
I did my mistakes a couple of times, but when you go to our website, you can actually read advices of people who actually lost money by sending crypto to the wrong address or making some other mistake. And at that point, you wish that you would be able to reverse this transaction. Actually, it's possible with our chain. That's how we want to drive people to our blockchain. It's a digital campaign that started on December. We're going into more impactful stage right now. So we are actually monitoring social media and joining the discussions about any cases of lost money. I think one of the biggest mistakes that were made in this space was there were a couple of transfers from MT Gox, the old exchange, that go bust actually. It was in 2013, a couple thousands of bitcoins were lost completely. So with our solution, we can avoid such problems. So we want to make sure that we reach current, for example, Twitter and Facebook community with this message. But it has just started. So we have actually around 100 people that submitted already their thoughts about this. And we continue this campaign this year.
Yeah, it's, I think, the cases that show that such technology is useful and needed are popping up monthly, right? Not to say daily, but that they are happening.
Actually,
for example,
it's daily. Actually, it's daily.
Yeah, probably daily. Maybe I
really
exceeded about. But anyhow, it's like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Crypto.com was hacked for 7 million. Obviously, it's very hard to convince Crypto.com to change their infrastructure and say, well, adopt BTCV, this will solve your problem. It would, but then again, you have a lot of other factors to take into consideration. But what, from my perspective, is important, that what me, you, and everybody else can do is start from themselves, right? To start to use, for example, BTCV wallet if they want to keep their funds safe, for example, or just to test the technology. Also using Gold Wallet combined with CoinGate, for example, solution to purchase stuff, etc., etc. So maybe that's a good occasion and a good New Year's Eve commitment to start using Gold Wallet and see how does it work.
See for yourself.
Yep.
What's the current focus of our development team when it comes to development, security, marketing, and products? Let's talk a little bit about that, and then we go to the questions.
Sure. So let me start with development. What we are planning is to push our resources to the NFT marketplace that you mentioned already. What we are planning is to expand the amount of NFTs available, to also to design new smart contracts, allowing the artists to receive a bit more than on other platforms, and to distribute the benefits and the cash flow from those NFTs a bit more widely than only between the first seller and the platform itself. The next big thing that we are hardly working on, and also trying to evaluate what would be the cost and benefits, is the decentralization in general.
Before we go to this decentralization, let's focus on NFT marketplace for a little bit. Currently, we're in a stage of analyzing ROI and tokenomics. So potentially, this NFT marketplace could affect tokenomics of BTCV via Wrap BTCV, right? So it's a good area to explore. Especially with current, still ongoing hype for NFTs. NFTs are changing right now, because it's not only a hash that leads to a JPEG or some kind of a peak. Right now, NFTs are more focused on generating passive income for users, for the owners. So that's why we're exploring this space, and I think that in the next couple of weeks we can have some more info about this, but we will see, right? So NFT marketplace can be a solution also for to a little bit boost the tokenomics of Bitcoin Vault. Now let's move to decentralization, because this is also another step in the development of the coin and then potentially expanding our user base, which we need. So right now, mining of BTCV was possible through the pools, BTC.com and Binance Pool. But it's going to change this year.
Yeah, hopefully it will. What we are doing currently is we are evaluating the IT resources of setting up such a public pool where everybody could join and mine. We are trying to evaluate the general tokenomics, cost of mining, etc., so that it would be attractive to those miners that would like to join and mine. And
the first look at the profitability says a lot, because profitability could be close to or even more than Ravencoin, for example. So this year we would like to end with potentially more decentralized economy, right? Where individual miners would join mining of BTCV, that would expand our user base to miners who are also traders sometimes.
Yeah, that's the main goal, right? And it was actually the main goal of ours since almost the beginning, or since we started the AMAs, that the decentralization is needed for our coin and for the development of the whole ecosystem, right? Especially healthy, exactly. It gives also the different economy on exchanges, etc., etc. So for sure we'll be striving to achieve this, at least in the assumed percentage that we were communicating earlier, right?
New wallet features.
Yeah, that's actually I've actually thought that it's really connected to what you said about obituary campaign. And what we are planning is also to give additional functionalities to the wallet, so it would be even more attractive. We are thinking of adding some features like a launchpad, adding new different projects to the wallet. It currently allows you to store only BTCV, but what we are thinking of is obviously adding the basic coins like Ethereum or Binance, BTC, maybe the Binance coin as well. And what we plan is to expand the user base by offering the launchpad opportunities both to projects and to the new users or to those who want to invest in those projects. The details are still not very detailed, and this is a general idea and direction that we want to follow, but we'll see, right? What's the future and
we also have feedback from users that our main feature, like free keys, is quite complicated to set up and then to manage. So with this also comes, it's also linked to security, right? So we are thinking, we are moving into the direction when it comes to development and security to also add biometrics to the wallet that would allow simple management of the third key, right? So if you want to reverse your transaction, you don't actually need a key, you just need your thumb.
Yeah, exactly. This is the second part of the strategy toward wallets, right? So the modification, the offering of new features is one. The second is how to modify and make the use of the free key solution that we have a bit easier. So how to modify it so that it would work even better than it did. And biometrics is one of the ideas. Second is that we would manage the free keys a bit easier within the application of Gold Wallet or any other wallet that would be an outcome of our design thinking process in-house.
Mm-hmm. So we have like two main goals here. First of all, simplification of our key feature, and second of all, expanding of our wallet into the whole crypto ecosystem.
Exactly.
Right. So this is a goal for the next 2 quarters.
Followed by the modification of UX and the making it a bit more attractive to the user.
Yeah. We also didn't manage to go into security audits last year. We want to do it this year and probably also launch some hackathons, because currently our I think that our users would benefit from potential exposure to developers, to people, to the community. And we have marketing also. We have some plans when it comes to marketing, and there are actually 2 big things. First of all, we are restarting a little bit cooperation with influencers. Actually, one of them will be joining us this week. So from next week, we will see some new publications on TikTok and YouTube. So this is main focus for Q1. But also in the long term, we are thinking about rebranding.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And this is actually linked with decentralization. Maybe rebranding is a strong word. It's more like refreshment of the brand.
And what would that mean for the user? Like, how can I, imagine that?
We are working on planning or aligning this with the decentralization roadmap. So first of all, we need to focus on decentralization, and rebranding can go along with it. Mm-hmm. So I think it will be good in the long term for the brand. Those are 2 main focus: digital presence and rebranding, refreshment of the brand.
Would that mean that BTCV would disappear from the market?
Not at all. It's just a refreshment of the brand with the same features and the same coin. Well, maybe served a little bit better.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Right, and finally, what we will be touching is the further development of the Vault BTCV. As mentioned in the beginning, what we are in negotiations with different platforms. We are also closely looking into the different DeFi protocols and DeFi solutions out there. So a combination of what we have right now with the popping up DeFi platforms, which are plenty actually currently on the market, is what we are seeking for this year and what we are considering in terms of supporting the whole economy. Because what you have to keep in mind, obviously you know this and maybe some of you as well, is that the economy of the BTCV and wrapped asset are connected, right? One does not exist without the other. Yeah. So, for example, the supply of the tokens is exactly the same as the supply of the BTCV. So those aspects have to be taken into consideration, and also the platforms have to sometimes adapt to this technology. This is what we are actually discussing with them.
Okay, so this is our main focus for this year. Did we miss something?
From the bird's eye view, I don't think so, but what we can surely address is that what we are focusing on in Q1, so currently, is mostly decentralization, right? And I think NFT platform and the Vmin development. And finally, the marketing activities towards the community, right?
Yeah, basically this means more use cases for BTCV. We asked our community to also post some questions via Twitter or direct to us. There are two main questions that are always repeating itself. It's first question was about mining BTCV. I think we actually answered this. Yeah. So this year is going to be possible with via pool that individual miners will be able to join. And it's planned for I think half a year. We can
That's
say
reasonable.
safely that this is a due date. Second question is always the same about the exchanges. We are currently talking to one of the big exchanges, starting with the letter B. We actually are in the process. You can say that.
Yeah, I mean, we are talking to them, obviously. Actually, I thought that there are quite a lot of exchanges starting with a B.
Well, this is the biggest one.
The biggest one with the B is, what we are doing simply is we are consistently trying to get there, right? So we are pushing every channel and every approach. We are updating them with the development of our coin. We are giving them updates on what changed in the ecosystem, what our new partners have joined the BTCV ecosystem, etc. And we are hoping that at some point of time, with the support of the community, we'll be able to list there.
So they're actually quite interested right now. That's my feeling, that they are asking about the current state of development and the team and what's going on. So I think it's a good sign.
Especially that they mined already a lot of BTCVs for themselves as well as a fee for mining. So I think that they should be interested at least.
Yeah, exactly. Also, with Wrapped BTCV, we can look at decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, and this is interconnected with all the staking pools, negotiations, the PancakeSwap, 1inch, all the major platforms that I already mentioned, and this is obviously happening, right? So stay tuned, and I hope to give you a better update, a more detailed one next time.
Okay, great. Those are basically the questions that are posted on our social media and directly to us. So I think that's it for today. It's a high level update, helicopter view for BTCV this year. Stay tuned. Follow us on social media. this is always updated every day, and have a good day.
Good. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.